Meg is about to speak now. Hello, Meg, are you there?
I can hear you.
Okay, yes. So,
Okay,
Meg, can
so
you
I
tell
learned
us
that
last week?
the mind is a very powerful tool. It's a powerful tool in the sense that it's an engine in the body of man. Physically, it is what you determine in your mind to do that you actually see that it's coming to pass. You know, you have to ensure that your mind is in a positive transition for you to be able to transform to a better state.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so while we wait for other participants to join, let me see. So I think I'll just invite Greatness to tell us a little about Greatness Foundation, HTP. Tell us about this course generally, the motive behind this course, why she wants us to have this course. And I think it's really a good thing. I also came here to learn, really, because today's topic is a very interesting topic centered on like when you want to start, you're about starting, like the steps and everything. And really, I've been in paid job for quite a number of years now. And really, I want to just start something. So I believe this class is really going to be like a very powerful tool that will enable me to launch, okay? And I believe this will also help a lot of people. So Greatness, let's welcome Tolulope, Greatness, Olorunfemi to the stage. Yes, so let's clap for her even as she comes to tell us more about this course and about Greatness Foundation.
Thank you so much. You know, I'm so used to calling. Let me turn on my video. Apologies. So can you all see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. Yep. So good afternoon, everyone. I am super excited to have you all around. I mean, I said to myself, I said today I'm more relaxed mode. I'm ready for this session because I love the foundation we laid yesterday. I mean, last week Saturday on the power of the mind and wealth creation. And I shared my experience last week. Can we hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I shared my experience last week on how I said saying last week that I wanted to earn in dollars. There's nothing wrong with me earning in dollars. And every day, that very day, hold on a second. That very day. Okay, so can we hear me now?
Not. It's kind of breaking.
It's breaking, right?
Yes, it's kind of breaking, yeah.
I'm trying to switch my network. I can see from here that it's breaking. Whoa, I can see Sister Temitope Agbola. Thanks for joining us. My network is breaking. I'm trying to switch my internet provider.
Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Now? Is it better now?
It still has this echo sound.
Okay.
Okay, so can you disconnect one of your device? Yeah, disconnect one of your device.
So is it better now?
I think it's much better.
Hello?
I think it's much better.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay, so as I was saying, and you know that very day, someone, I went to present my book to someone and the person actually paid me in dollars. And I was just amazed about how the power of the mind and words work. And you know, before this time, I had reached out to people that I know that these people are experts in helping people move from zero level even wherever level you are. Trust me, I think money is never too much. Or is it that I like money? So I reached out to experts, financial experts, mentors, coaches, to help us move from that place where we are to where we ought to be and become financially independent. Right now, I believe that one means of income is not enough. And I know that these people will do justice to the matter, right? So this is why we call this program. However, I will state here, and I'm saying this unashamedly, that I was inspired and instructed by God to do this. And the confirmation for me was when I said that thing concerning earning in dollars, and that person I reached out to was even the person that facilitated last week's session, and she made the confirmation for me. And thankfully as well, all our facilitators are doing this on a voluntary base for us. They are not charging us for this. So please, can we celebrate our facilitators? Mrs. Seyi Oniyide was actually the first facilitator to reach out to me to say, okay, I'm going to do this for you and help Greatness Foundation. Please, can we unmute ourselves and say thank you to her? If you can clap, I'll be grateful. If you can clap, I will be grateful.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, because I was even asking Greatness today. I was
she
like,
was asking me today.
Like, did you pay them? Because I was looking at the content of these powerful speakers. I'm like, did you pay them? So thank you so much. Seyi Oniyide.
Hello, is it my network? Hello, can anybody hear me? Can anyone hear Fiona?
I can hear you, Greatness.
Okay, can anybody hear Fiona? Because I can't hear Fiona again.
I can't hear her.
Onyeka, are you still communicating with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay.
I'm here.
Ow. Yeah.
So I sincerely apologize. I changed my location, and that is why I'm having serious network glitches today. I'm sure if you were on the call last week, it wasn't like this, and I sincerely apologize. Nigeria is getting better in Jesus' name. I know that this is not going to happen again. I promise you that. I sincerely apologize. And I'll just run you through. I want to share my slides. I'm still opening my laptop network. Will be connected. And I want to share my slide. Just tell you briefly about Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation. Please permit me. You're going to be seeing everything on my screen. Okay. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Oh no, that's not what I want. Is it showing on a slant on landscape or portrait?
Landscape, though I could see, hold on. I think someone's image is there as well. So it's really not clear, it's not full.
You can see a chart, right?
I'm seeing something like, thank you so much, love. Like I could see the slide, an incomplete slide though,
Uh,
and then another image by the right.
okay, so just give me a second. I'm switching network again.
So sorry.
Switching again. Don't do anything here. My phone has frozen.
Sorry. Hi. How are you?
Fiona, if you can hear me, more people have joined us. So can you just allow them to introduce themselves while I work on these technical issues? I'll fix it shortly.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it up from there. Okay, I can see Shakira Akim Elumi. I can also see Oluwatosin Kajiri. If you can hear me, can you please unmute yourself? Just unmute.
This phone.
I can hear
Moya
you.
Sheru Dauda. Okay, please can you unmute yourself? Okay, let's go with Oluwatosin Kajiri. Okay. So can you introduce yourself and tell us why you decided to be a part of this class?
Okay, good afternoon. My name is
Good
Kadri
afternoon.
Wilson. I work at Sam Adults. I'm a child of God, and I believe.
Did I just say I'm a child of God?
I like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. So I believe prosperity is everybody's right, but it's not as much as your right. You don't do the right things to get it, you can't have it.
I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to learn from those who have gone ahead. If my life
Wow.
is going to be different, I know I have to do something different. And I know I learned the different thing I need to do. So that's why I'm basically here.
Amazing.
That's
Amazing.
awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so what do you expect to get from, what are your expectations really for today's class? Kadiri? Tosin Kadiri, please, can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay. So, in all sincerity, I was not as prepared for this class as I was last week. I was just about preparing for my midday task. Then I saw the reminder and I was like, oh God, I'd forgotten. But I knew whatever it was for today, I was going to learn something about my finance and how to get better at it. So today I didn't really prepare my mind. I didn't set the expectation. But I knew that obviously as the presentation goes by, I will still have a mind shift. And
Okay,
yes.
okay, that's
Thank
awesome. Thank
you.
you so much. Meg Adeyemi, please, do you have anything to tell us, please? Meg Adeyemi, do you have anything for us? Thank you so much, Tosin, for that. I love the sincerity. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you,
Um,
Fiona.
thank you. Thank you too. Thank you. Okay, Meg Adeyemi,
Okay,
can we
so
have?
I
Thank
want to learn
you.
about. Okay, I want to learn. Hello, everybody. I want to learn about finance. Finance is important in everything, whether in the
Yeah.
home or in the workplace, in schools. It's so important. So what I want to learn is administration of finance, and as well as
Mm.
how you know that you can apply it to your daily life in such a way that you don't go amiss, and you're able to replicate it. Because the most important thing is for you to be able to replicate finance. If you're able to
Yes.
replicate finance, you will see that you live in abundance. And aside that, it's also good to know that God has provided means for us to replicate finance. So it's not a bad thing to aspire to be prosperous, but that it is if you believe it and you work towards it that it actually comes to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, while we still wait on greatness for
Yeah, I'm ready.
myself. Okay, good. All right.
Okay, no, please go
So,
ahead. Please go ahead. I
okay.
know Luakwa is on the call. I know he's on the call. I know Luakwa is on the
Yes.
call as
Yeah.
well. Has she
Yes.
introduced herself and
Okay.
mentioned
And no, can we hear from you, please?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good
yeah,
Good
good
afternoon.
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 I'm excited to be here again. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My expectations, right? I should share my expectations.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Yes.
Yes. I noticed that my lifetime is too short to go through all the experiences I need to go on by myself. So I think let me climb on the shoulders of who has gone ahead, like Tosin rightly said.
Yes. So,
So I just want to climb on people's shoulder, then cliff off and move on and start running, start soaring. So actually, I'm a serial entrepreneur with a lot of critical, creative thinking. So I have a lot of solutions inside. So I noticed that I can't just do this alone. So I need more people to, how would I call it, to coach me or to put me on the right path on how to actually launch out on each of them. So that's my expectations. Thank you.
Amazing.
Mhm. Mhm. Thank you.
Onyeka, we have
thank you. Thank you so much.
Moyosore Lua.
Wow. Oh, we lost her again.
Okay, I guess she's having network glitch. I'll
Yeah.
just dive straight into now we are 30 minutes behind time, and this was okay. Let me just quickly just tell you our vision. So I started Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation in 2015, and our vision is to raise men and ladies of global and internal influence. However, we say majorly ladies of global and internal influence because most of what we do is focused more on ladies. However, we put men because we don't stop men from coming from our meeting. So we achieved this vision by reaching out, meeting the needs, teaching, preaching, and nurturing majorly ladies, as I said, the abused, orphans, sex workers, prisons, and underprivileged to believe they are unconditionally loved, discover greatness in themselves, and unleash it despite their past and present. And in order to achieve this mission, we have some projects and programs that we do. Uh, um, One of it is visiting orphanages, doing projects for them. Can anyone hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay, thank you. Prisons, hospitals, at least 3 times each in a year, and we do projects to inspire them and as we are instructed by love. Now, we are registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission as Greatness Unleashed by Love Foundation, even though most tertiary institutions we've been to, we are popularly known as Greatness Foundation. So we've held life-transforming meetings in 10 tertiary institutions, including Obafemi Awolowo University, Abia State University, Michael Okpara University of Agriculture in Umudike, Abia State, the university, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, we call it Unizik. So usually I say uni before I remember that. Okay, it's Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Oka. We've been to Abia State Polytechnic. We've been to the School of Nursing Amachara in Umuahia, Abia State, University of Calabar, Cross River State University of Technology, amongst all, and of course, Lagos State University and Yabatech. And we've held life transforming programs in this school, done projects for orphanages, prisons, brothels, rehabilitation centers, secondary schools, and schools for those with special disabilities in the southern, western, and eastern part of Nigeria. We've also empowered some women financially with skills, and because we believe that when you're empowered financially, it actually improves your self-esteem. It helps you to do more. You're able to solve more problems. You're able to do, basically, any limitation that is not about money, you take it away. So we did makeup training, Ankara jewelry, Ankara accessories, liquid soap, perfume, lemonade juice, and all of that. We also did a project called 50-50 project that we were able to feed about 2,000 roadside hawkers, street hawkers, wheelbarrows pushers, sex workers, inmates, orphanage, and we also got them necessary detergent, slippers, toothbrushes, and their basically groceries. And because we know that the work of rehabilitation of these people cannot be achieved by government and even the not-for-profit organizations that we partner with alone. We also do, we have also done a monthly intercession program in which we believe that Nigeria actually has hope. Even though, yes, things might not look like it's improving, but we know that it's a matter of time. And we also had this program we did for the spheres of influence and the body of Christ. And currently we hold virtual weekly prayer meetings on Zoom. We have a sister platform known as Shushan the Palace that has connected us with amazing brides in waiting, of which I think almost all the ladies on this call are a part of it. Thank you to all of you for joining. And we started November 2018. We prepare brides in waiting for their king and the God kind of marriage in order to reduce the rate of divorce and dysfunctional homes and individuals. These pictures, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so these are some of our volunteers, although you see the recently updated one. The one on my top right is the Lagos State University. The one down is that of Obafemi Awolowo University, and the one up is also Obafemi Awolowo University. These are some of the executed projects that we have done in the past. And the pearl from the oyster, unleashing your greatness, making sweet lemonade out of your bitter lemons. And you can see the different schools we have been to as well. Shushan the Palace, I told you the goal, which is focused more on preparing brides in waiting for their king and the God kind of marriage. These are also some of our outreaches, some projects. We did a free textbook project for an orphanage, getting brand new textbook for those that are underprivileged. These are also some of other projects we've done, going to prison, orphanage, intercession, Boston institution. The one on my extreme right is to the strip club that we went to August 2018. The one in the middle, of course, the picture is there, and the one on the extreme left is an orphanage outreach held in Lagos. These are some of the pictures for Feed 50 projects that we did, and you can see those we reached out to, and also some of the projects we do in partnership, helping young adults, orphanages. Basically, this picture just speaks about what we have done, and I'll just run through. And this picture, all these people, when they joined us, they were not even in a relationship. I can't begin to tell you their story right now because we are far behind schedule, but we are grateful for what we have done, what God has done through us, and we are getting better. So these are some of the skill acquisition practical session that we did as well. And this was the orphanage, the brand new washing machine project, food stuff and all of that. We would like you to connect with us on social media. And at the end of this session, we'd like to get your feedback, which I'm going to share the link at the end of the session. I'll just stop sharing and share the profile of our guest speaker, because I know that everyone here is really hungry to learn from the startup coach. Seyi Oniyide, our purpose is to stimulate growth and inspire people to become the best version of themselves through tutoring, guiding, and counseling individuals or groups of people to discover solutions to life issues just by looking inward. She is passionate about talking productively. She harbors the dream of telling the stories of young entrepreneurs who started businesses and companies with little or no funds and no financial leverage, but clawed their way up through sheer determination and hunger to become to the entire world. She runs quarterly meetings for young aspiring people between the age of 22 and 45 to access knowledge shared by different invited speakers from diverse professional fields. She also runs accountability programs for young business owners to help them achieve growth through support and mentoring. She works as the head of public affairs department at the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and leads the ministry team of Hill City Church. She is a graduate of English Studies from Babcock University and has a diploma in public relations, NIPR. She's happily married to Rotimi Oniyide. Can you please unmute yourself and let's celebrate our guest speaker as she takes over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma.
I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ma, for gracing us with your time.
I'm jumping already.
Somoyo Sore, Dauda says that, sorry, I'm so sorry, my network has been somehow today, even mine as well. We understand, it's the state of the nation. Nigeria is getting better. So Ma, you can share now. You can share your screen.
Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear
Yes, we can hear you, but it's showing that your network bandwidth is low. But we can hear you. Let's hope it gets better.
Can you hear me? You just use the chat section because use the chat, what's it called, if you can hear me. I think everybody's, okay, not everybody's muted, but I can't hear anybody.
I can hear you.
I can hear you, Mom. I can hear you, Mom.
Yes, Can hear you.
That session and let her know. She can't hear us, so just put that
use the
in the
chat
chat
session.
section.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
All right, I'm telling you. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't hear anybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I was hoping that by now I would have been rounding up what I can understand situations at times. So while I was hearing the what's it called, the expectations of people, I'm not sure if you have the right persons there, but I'm going to do my best today. So greatness didn't exactly give me a particular topic. So I just tried to work with the theme of the entire program. I'd like to just see if I can share my screen.
Yes, you can. I've made you a co-host, ma.
I'm looking at the chat. So if you cannot hear me or there's any technical glitch, you can just put it there.
Yeah, there's a technical glitch.
I see that greatness is talking, but I don't know why. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Onyeka, can you say something? Because I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Stuff.
I can hear you, ma. We can hear you clearly. Can you hear us, please?
I think the network.
Wow. Hello, ma. We can hear you.
Our network.
Network is wonderful. Our network is wonderful.
So I'm trying to share my screen so that we can just dive into it. But I'll keep looking at the chats. So in case you have anything to say, just put it in the chat while I quickly share my screen. Please give me a minute.
Deliberately to myself.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I love that. I love that. And I'm glad that Mrs. Seyi Oniyide's slides are coming up. Thank you for that. Now, let me now share the downside of it with you. So something happened today. If you can see, I'm wearing a white lace. I was supposed to be at a wedding. And I spoke with this lady. Ma, we can see your screen. We can see your slide. However, your audio is breaking. Am I the only one? Is it from my hand alone?
No, it's from everywhere.
Okay, so let me continue. So I was supposed to be at this wedding, today that, of course, I went out and I was stuck in traffic, blah, blah, blah. And I got there and eventually they had finished the wedding and I got home and who is laughing at me? And as I alighted from the boat, the taxi, right? The Holy Spirit just reminded me that, do you know that you told this lady when of course you saw the character of this guy and you told her that you were never going to attend our wedding if she marries this guy. That shows the power of words. If you had not said it and you had not believed it, because you said it out of, so let me teach you something. There's something called vexation period. When you are when your emotions, right, are extremely high, maybe you are hungry, you are angry, or you are feeling horny. I'm going to be real with you. What you say at that time is extremely powerful, more than every other time. And God was just reminding me, right? Like, do you remember you said that statement that day that you were not going to attend our wedding if she gets married to this guy? And obviously, that was what just happened. And I was like, hey, I should not have said it, So we should be careful what we say, every time, whether to ourselves or to people, and especially about our wealth creation. Madam Seyi, over to you, ma. Thank you. I hope someone learned something, right, from my little gist. Hello?
Sure, of course. Of course.
All right, thank you for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hear me very well now.
Yes, very well. It's now very clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Right. So
hello? Hello, can anyone hear her?
Not again.
Not anymore.
Not again.
I'm going to be fast.
Okay, you know what?
That it was God that asked you to do this. So I believe that the network is the devil that is fighting whatever it is we're set here to do. So I'm trying to share my slides and I'm going to run quickly. I'm trusting that God would help us. So once you can see my slides, please do let me know.
Amen.
Can you see my slides now?
Yes, ma.
Thank you. So I titled this The Quantum Leap to Starting Your Business. The Quantum Leap to Starting Your Business. So thank you, Greatness, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for being patient with whatever it is that's happening. I'm trusting God to speak to us. I'm trusting God to help us see beyond whatever it is we're doing this evening. So my name is Seyi Oniyide, and I've been introduced. I am a startup and transformational coach, and I refer to myself as the business encourager. I'm not going to stay here. So this will be the outcome of whatever it is we're doing today. Why should you do business? When should you do business? How should you do business? What is business? And I'm going to focus on the basics of starting a business. You see, a lot of people get on the journey of starting businesses. Recently I made a video where I was talking about the best period, the most exciting period of starting a business is when you catch an idea. An idea is like 1 million ideas for the price of like a kobo. I know we're not spending, what's it called, kobo again. So that tells you that when you catch an idea, you will be shocked that across the globe, you're not the only one catching that idea. And whatever you do with that idea, as you catch it, would be would be what your experience with what you do with that idea would really count. And so how you start is important. In the month of May, I ran through a series of stuff about starting businesses smartly. So let's just move. Let me tell you a little story about myself, how I overcame being broke. Now, this is based on why you should do business. I believe strongly that we all should be financially independent. We all need to be financially independent. Why? Because every single day we come across things, struggles, challenges that need money to be solved. So
Yes,
anytime you are faced anything that requires you or requires that money is needed for you to solve that problem and you don't have that money, those are the things, those are the experiences, those are the situations that should help you know that you are broke. And it is not the will of God for you to be broke. Because a lot
yes,
of
ma.
some things, let me tell you, some things are based on, some decisions that you will have to make are based on money. You cannot
Yes,
afford
ma.
to live life in such a way that money is the deciding factor. You want to take care of money so that you will say to yourself that you did all that you can. So I work in a hospital. I have seen people who break down. I've seen people who regret. I've seen people who cry because they couldn't help a loved one because they didn't have money. Now, it wasn't technology. Now, it wasn't the fact that there's no solution to the problem, but they didn't have the funds to do it. So you see where families are gathered, and just because they didn't have money, they were not able to change the trajectory of a matter. That for me is heartbreaking. So many years back, my husband and I will be in situations where we would want to go to work and we will have like just enough fuel to take us to work. And we'll be hoping that one of us will get 500 naira or 1,000 naira from God knows where. We didn't keep it anywhere, but we're just hoping. And let me say, hope is not a strategy, right? Wish is not a strategy to get money.
Hey,
Do you understand? So
I like that. Hope is not a strategy.
We're asking ourselves, do you get money? Hopefully, we may get 500 or 1,000 to take us back home. We lived on faith. We believed God. But then it was a struggle. So we were banking. We were working. So this is not an issue where to say that we were not working. We both had a 9 to 5. We're both diligent at what we're doing. And that is to emphasize on what greatness has said before, saying that a stream of income is never enough for you to be financially
Yes, ma.
Never, ever, never, never. So you say
Yes,
you have
ma.
a stream of income and you are working hard and you are asking God and you are saying to God, why is it hard like this? It is because a stream is not enough. An average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I'm going to talk for that thing. An average millionaire, when you hear that somebody is a millionaire, we're not talking about a billionaire now. When you hear that somebody is a millionaire, the average streams of income that person has is 7. So if you have 1 stream of income, you are still in a struggling zone. And that is why you do business. That is why I encourage you to do business. So if people won't give you a platform, please create your platform. That is what I did. I sat down and I told myself, I cannot continue like this. How long are we going to be broke? I keep talking to my colleagues. I keep talking to my friends. I keep talking to my husband. We need to do something about this matter because we now gravitated from hoping and wishing to borrowing. So you borrow when we don't get somebody to just throw 500 at you or 1,000 or 2,000. When we couldn't hope to get like 5,000 naira, we just couldn't get anything from just sitting down and dreaming, oh, I wish I could transfer money into my account. Then we started to think, what can we do? And so when you get to certain levels, when that money is not enough, you have to borrow. So we will now move from borrowing to pay the people that we borrowed. Can you see the link? So you borrow here and you say, I'm going to pay you back. So that person believes that you are credit worthy. The person borrows you money. Now the day of payment comes, you don't have the money, and then you borrow from another person to pay. But the scripture says what about people who borrow? You are always a slave to the lender.
Yes, ma.
That is not where you want to be.
Yeah.
If you are there now, you are not cost. It's just a level. But you must constantly know that you need to leave that level. And that was how I started business. Because of time, I'm not going to share my journey here, but your mindset is the first thing, telling yourself that, look, one stream of income is not enough for you to break through. Now, when we're talking about 7 streams of income, I'm not talking about you doing 7 things. I'm not talking about you doing A or B or C or C or D. You can, from one idea, generate 7 streams. Okay? So that's how I stopped being broke. And I not recently, about a year or 2 years ago, I wrote a book where I talk about the 3 earning levels of money. The 3 levels of earning money. So there's survival, there's sustenance, and there's satisfaction. Okay? So I'm going to explain those 3. Those are not part of things I want to talk about. But when you are starting a business, you have to understand and ask yourself, which level are you on? That is where your idea will be hinged on. So people are on survival level. On that level, it's not your talent or your skill that you will be waiting for to generate income. When you're on survival level, it means that you cannot afford to put food on the table. You cannot afford to take a bike. You don't have transport. You cannot take care of basic needs. So at that level, you cannot be waiting for businesses. You cannot run business. Or I'm not saying let me not use the word cannot. Let me say that if you cannot get a business or a job based on your skills, what it means is that you do anything short of crime to put food on your table. You run a business at that level, anything short of crime to put something on your table because you are struggling to survive. But when you're on sustenance, you have already built something. You already have your eye on the goal. Do you understand?
True.
You already,
yes, ma'am.
You can begin to say that, look, I love to coach, right? So you can begin to harness your skills towards coaching. Now you are sustaining the level at which you earn. And when you get to satisfactory level, that is the level where you have options. Money is not a problem. Money is making money for you. Understand? You can say to yourself, children are going to go to the best school. So I'm going to choose if my children will go to I'm not trying to advertise now, but say Ivy League schools. So you can say it's either this or this. Money then is not the deciding factor. Now you have a choice. So let me move on. Let me know. So how do you start with what you have? The way to start is to start with your mind. Have a mind over. What do I mean by a mind over? Just like you have a makeover, right? Just like you have a makeover. That is what a mind over is. You've got to shift your mind. Your mindset about money has to change. I don't know what it is now. We don't have luxury of time to decipher what your mindset is. That is what you do in a coaching program or an accountability program. It is not a 1 day, 1 hour, 30 minutes thing. So you need to go back and sit down and ask yourself, what is your belief about money based on your background, based on your experience, based on your family, based on your schooling, based on whatever it is. Some people tell you women don't have to make as much money. Okay? Some people tell you you don't have to have all the money in the world to do whatever it is. There are money mindset blocks. If you have any of that, find out what it is, and find out the opposing thoughts, a progressive thought towards it, and take care of it. If you don't take care of your mind, everything you do would amount to waste, because that thing will keep popping up. Sometimes your mindset is you're not good enough, even if you have all the degrees in the world.
Yes.
Sometimes your mind is telling you nobody in your family has done this, so why do you think you can do it? Sometimes
True.
it is trends.
Yes,
Sometimes it is, I don't know, sometimes it's negative experiences that you have, negative histories. It just tells you, look, if you like, do 7 jobs. If you like, you are never going to amount to anything. And at times, we even have the money. So all of what we're talking about now, I hope you know that financial independence is not about cash. It's not about paper. Being wealthy is not about paper. I hope you understand. So change your mindset. And what does that mean? Take control of your mind. Mind over is a complete transformation of your mind. So when you are praying, you need to pray about your mind. You need to take charge. And how to take charge? I'm a Christian. I am not ashamed to say it. Will start from the spirit. Life is spiritual. There's no two way about it. Everything happens twice. First in the spirit. So no matter how fantastic you are, you realize that you have these limiting beliefs. Take care of it in the spirit, and then come to the physical and begin to find out what you can do about it, right? So that's where to start. Now let's begin to talk very practical. Now you have an idea. When I started, I told you that the best part of any business journey is when you catch the idea. When you catch that idea, it looks like you are broken through. And so from the story I was telling you, while my husband and I just got married and we had, financial challenges and all of that. When I caught an idea of what to do, because I started to ask questions every day. What can we do about this matter? What can we do about this matter? What should we do? Where should we turn to? Who should we talk to? All of that. And I caught an idea. May I tell you, ladies, that your first idea is not your best idea. So don't be sentimental about your idea.
So my first idea is not my best idea.
Never.
That's what wow.
Never. You know why? There's so much on your inside. That's your first idea. Your first idea is doing press up, so to say. Your first idea is never your best idea. Give it some time. You will realize that you have potential for better. I'm not saying that idea is not good, but I'm saying it is not the best. Because if you give it some time, you will realize another side to it. You realize another side to it. But validate your idea. Put your ideas to test. What am I saying? What I'm saying is you catch that business idea. You have your big goal, is for you to be financially independent. Your big goal is for you to have 7 streams of income. But you know that your goal in actual fact cannot exactly be, what should I call it now, just to have money. So where you start from validating your idea is to ask yourself, why do I want to do this idea? Why should I carry on with this idea? Why do you want to start that business? Or why are you doing that business? Or why are you in that job? Ask yourself. You need to understand. Just like when they read my bio right now, my purpose is to stimulate growth. So anything I'm doing is about that. My gift is encouragement. So whether I am I have an event planning company. So whether I am doing events, whether I am in my 9 to 5, whether I am coaching, I am teaching, the bottom line for me is that I am encouraging people. I am stimulating them for growth. How? By guiding people, by teaching, by coaching, and helping them to look within, because everything you need is inside of you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So put your ideas to test. Test it. Ask the people around you. Your first set of customers, the first set of people who will relate with your business ideas are the people in your sphere of influence. So ask them, if I do, what do you think about this thing? If I do it, now you be careful. That's why I told you to take care of your mind. Don't go and ask people that constantly put you down. But asking for people who honestly give you great feedback. So test it.
Yes.
So a couple of months ago, my friend was going to start this business of spices, ginger, turmeric, whatever. She wanted to bottle it, and she asked me about it. And I said, you know what? Let's test this idea. Let's put this idea to test. And we decided to ask people, if I do this way, will you buy? Because business is about solving problems at a profit. That is why I am telling you, don't be sentimental about your ideas. The definition of business, the best way I have put it today, is that business is about solving problems at a profit. Business is about solving problems at a profit. If you are not making profit, you are not in business. You are not in business. Charity, even charity is profitable. And what I mean by profit, we all need to define what profit is to us. So that's where you need to sit down and ask yourself, why do I want to do this business? Why do I want to do this? So when you say, why do I want to do it? Then you answer. When I started business, it was about me making money. It was not about stimulating anybody for growth. So, hello. It was not about helping anybody. It was when I started, it was about helping me, because I cannot help any other person when I have not helped myself. It was about me stabilizing financially. It was about me being able to take care of my basic financial needs, my utility. And I strongly believe that as a woman, my husband should not be the sole financial provider. I believe in contributing my quota. So anytime my husband needs financial aid and I'm unable to meet him, I think that I am not being a helpmate. So I must do my part. That's my personal belief. And that for me was something that helped me ask myself questions every day. What am I going to do about this matter? Once my husband has issues about finances, I ask myself, so what are you going to do about it? So I'm not that person that sits and says that, as I should say, sometimes I don't remember to ask my husband for money for hair, because I have my money. I have money to do what I want to do, and I grew. So that as a woman, as an individual, as a human being, you must think that way. How do I contribute to myself, for my world? So what can you do for yourself? And then, the scripture talks about the fact that my cup overflows. Your cup has to be full before it overflows. So before I begin to stimulate growth, I must grow. Before you reach the world, you must be full first before you pour. Do you understand? So that business you want to do, ask yourself. And once you ask yourself, begin to ask people around you, because those are your first set of people who will relate to you concerning that business. Your business has to be smart. Validate the idea. Ask, this thing I want to do, put it to test. If not, this is why people get frustrated when they start a business. They say it's not working. It's not that it's not working. You didn't test your soil. It's just like a farmer. You must test your soil. You must test your crop. You must know how to water it. You must know what it takes. All crops are not the same. All ideas are not the same. You can't plant. Don't be like the farmer who just put the seeds in the hand and you just throw it. You are leaving it to wish and hope. And I have told you that wishing and hoping are not strategy.
Hope is not a strategy.
It is not a strategy. In fact, can I bust your bubble? When it comes to business, praying is not a strategy as well. Because if you are praying, you have your paths, and that is why God has given us brains. He has given you opportunity and the grace to think. You must activate that part of you as a business owner. You've got to be smart. You understand? So let's move on. Be intentional. Find yourself. Don't do something that you naturally don't like. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the level where you are, if you are surviving, if you are struggling to survive, find something to do that will help you put food on the table. Find something to do that would help you get from one place to the other. But your goal, your mission, your vision must be in front of you. At least you must be that uncomfortable to tell yourself, I'm not going to stay too long on this level. So let's say that what you have to do is for you to wash cars to get to eat every day. As you're washing the car, you'll be doing it diligently. But every morning you wake up, you know that washing car is not your destiny, except you have a flair for cleaning, for what do you call this? All these people who are into people who have car wash and all of those things. You know, it's a business on its own, except that's what you want to do. But your destiny cannot be for you to be washing the car. You must be the business owner, where you are beginning to think of owning car wash or having a laundry house. Do you understand? Across the state. Your dream must be bigger than you washing. That is laboring. We have not been called to labor. So a business owner must think. So find yourself, whatever level you are right now, while you want to be financially independent, you must find yourself and you must be intentional about it. What am I saying? Know yourself. What is your temperament? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are your threats? SWOT. Run a SWOT analysis for yourself. What they do for big organizations, if you run a 9-to-5 now, what they are doing in your organization, do it for yourself. Test yourself. Ask yourself, try your hands on things. Do you have short temper so that you can know how to take care of it? Do you talk, so much? You see my brief, I say I talk productively. I like to talk, but once the talk is not productive, at the end of the day, it gives me issues. So I can be here talking for the next 2-3 hours and I will go to bed fulfilled. But when I am gossiping, I go to bed unfulfilled. And that helps me evaluate. Ask yourself, what do I do best? So that you can apply your strengths. What is your temperament? Do you know about temperament? What character traits do you have? That's how to start with what you have. A lot of people say, I don't have money. I don't have capital. And you see, I sometimes will ask people, so how much do you need? And then they go, so I'm just thinking if I can just get a store. Okay, so how much is the store? So I'm like, I don't know, maybe between, I don't know, Shab. I don't, they just keep, and I'm like, you're not waiting on God. It is God that is waiting on you. You have not done your job as a human being. You have not given yourself water to drink. You are just shouting that you're thirsty. The water is in front of you. You're waiting for people to come and give you the cup. The cup is in front of you. The tap is in front of you. Water is running. You are supposed to turn on the faucet for the water to flow. You are not turning it on. That's how to start. How to start is that you know yourself. You know what skills that you have. Have you documented your skills? And that's one of the reasons why I was talking about you validating your ideas. It is not all your ideas that you should execute. Take a pen and a paper. Start a journey. Get a journal. Don't get those books that they give you as souvenir. Those are not the same. If you are serious, if you are going to do, if you want to be financially independent and you are aiming high, you can't be using Jota. Do you understand? You can't be using Jota. Look, I have in front of me my journal right now. Use a diary, use a journal, and start well because you're able to keep those. I have journals from my university days because all the things you are documenting now are your prophecies. You will be shocked that the universe is going to help you because you have written it down. The scripture says that write it down, make it plain so that the runner, who is the runner here? You will write some things down you would have forgotten, but God did not forget. Your spirit man did not forget. You will go back to your journal 5 years down the line, and you will be amazed at the things that you have achieved. But if you never wrote it, if you never get it documented, you are not ready. You are just wishing. And wishing, I'm not saying it in the Bible, and I'm not saying it anywhere. It's not a strategy. So be smartly positioned. I've defined business as solving problems.
Wow.
As a profit. So be smartly positioned. How? Solve a problem. Don't start a business, so to speak.
Wow.
You'll be all about look in your community, look at your office, look at your relationships, look at your society, look at Nigeria. What is the prevalent problem around you? If you say you are broke and you don't have money right now, it is because you're not solving any problem. Find a problem to solve and at a fee. Sometimes you start pro bono because you are testing your idea. That's part of the way you start your idea. You start pro bono. Pro bono means free. So you do it free. But let me tell you something about doing something free. I've told you that profit means different things to different people. Do you understand? Profit to you may be feedback and testimonials at some stage. Profit to me may mean money. Profit to those of us that now how do I put this? For those of us who think money is our profit, it also means different things. At certain stage, 100,000 naira may be profit for me. It may be my profit goal. At another stage, it may be 1 million naira. At another stage, it may be 2 million, maybe 3 billion. So you must understand what you're trying to get. So when you are starting and you are testing your idea, your profit is that you are trying your business muscles, your idea muscles. So when you try it, to that person, to the beneficiary, it is free. To you, you have spent money, time, emotions, okay? So it's not free. And for you, what you are hoping to get in return is a feedback so that you can evaluate and you can know how to launch into the market better. So solve a problem. If you're running a business right now and you cannot define the problem that you are solving, you have not started. That's not a business.
Wow.
It has to be about the problem. As Christians, that is what we are called to solve.
Yes.
For instance, when I run my accountability programs, one of the problems I'm trying to solve is clarity. What is the problem? Confusion. Do you understand? So don't just get on the train. Don't get on the trend. Don't just get into the gym. What are you trying to do? Make sure, be like Panadol. Anytime you want to do anything, you want to start a business, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to dive into something else, you want to make extra money, be like Panadol. You know why? When somebody has a headache, the first thing they ask you, have you used Panadol? Let me get you Panadol. Why? Because Panadol is solving a problem now.
Yes, so
Panadol is solving a headache.
Yes,
you want to be that person, that go-to person. You want to be that. It's not easy. The reason why I'm saying don't start a business is because at times a lot of us are doing things that it is not in the you are not stereotyped into that business thing, the way people think about business. Although things are changing now. People think buying and selling physical products, that's a limitation of the mind when it comes to business. So there are people who just talk and they are paid billions of naira, billions of dollars, and you will be amazed. And they are doing what they like. They are just solving a problem. They look for a problem and they look at the skills and the talents and the capabilities that they have, and they check for the capacity to solve that problem. So all they do is carry solution around. They build a strategy around that solution and then they pay them for it. So I want you to go back today and start to look around you. What are the problems around you?
Wow.
That's where to start from. Does it cost you anything to find problems? No, it doesn't. We scroll on Instagram for hours. So don't tell me that it's difficult for you to research problems.
Yes.
It can't be difficult. Even on Instagram, when you see me, I am constantly online because I do business online. And also as a what's it called? As a public relation officer, and I head my unit at work, I have to constantly be updated with information. But guess what? I am looking for opportunities 247. If I'm scrolling on Instagram, it's either I am researching or I'm learning. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you, don't pass by any information without processing it.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't see a poster without reading it. You see people, they put up a poster, a flyer, and all the details are in that flyer. And then they still come to the comment section to ask a question about the flyer that is in there. It's because we're not paying attention.
Yes,
so there are problems everywhere. Let me tell you, everybody is going through. Do you know that? Everybody is faced with one issue or the other.
Yes, ma'am.
For instance, the pandemic has happened to everybody. Is that not right? And people are cashing out, but people lost their jobs. People started businesses. Okay, some people's business grew. Some people expanded their business. Some people lost out. Some people had to switch because some things that were not problems before became problems. And then those who were smart enough did what? They woke up to it. So you must constantly be on the lookout for problems. There's always the problem in this world, though. Yes.
Yes, so
there are always problems.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
You should always say that, look, I'm a solution provider. Wake up every day and say, I'm a solution provider. I'm a solution. I have the capacity and the capability to solve problems.
I have the capacity to
solve problems.
You now need to know for yourself what solutions, what problems do I have capacity to solve? Now, your income streams will be based on let me use how big. Let me see, you solve, my mentor, Jumoke Adenowo, will say, if you solve a problem, even if Okuma Woshika will say that, you solve a problem at a local level, you will earn at a local level. You will be rewarded at a local level. There's nothing wrong with being local at a local level. It's a level. Do you understand? It depends on what your aspirations are.
Yes.
Some people are not looking for certain kind of money, so they don't have issues. So you solve a national problem, you'll be rewarded nationally. You solve a global problem, you will be globally rewarded.
Hey, so, Jesus.
Please, I'm begging you, stop screaming and say, let somebody just give me 5 million like that. If they give you 5 million, and you're not a solution provider, I bet you will squander it. Some people will even faint because they will not know how much have been transferred to them. Because they don't even know how many zeros should 5 million have. I'm telling you, sometimes we wish, we dream, but we really don't know what we are asking for. So most times we are out there and say, God, use me, God, use me. What you are saying is, God, give me headache to solve. God, give me headache to solve. So when you start having headaches, people start to complain, why am I going through this? Why am I going through? You are going through it because you are gathering tools. And that's why you can see my guy here holding a tool. You need tools to solve the problems of other people. For you to get the reward, and let me tell you, we are still in a world of trade by barter. Do you understand that?
Wow.
We're still in a world of trade by barter.
Trade by barter.
Your value, and then your value will be exchanged for money.
Woo!
An exchange going on. So if you don't have anything to exchange, stop asking God to bless you. He's not going to throw money down.
Yes, ma.
You understand? So now the quality of value you put on the table will determine the quality of exchange you will get.
Yes,
solve a problem, don't start it. So clarify your vision. I think I talk about vision. It must be clear. You know why you should start now? You know why you should, even though you are not clear, even though you are not seeing everything, even though you are thinking, do I have what it takes? Hey, is it the kind of thing that I should be thinking about this way? You will never be clear until you start. Now, let me use the best illustration I always use is a baby. When babies start to walk, their legs are not strong enough.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
They get up, they fall. They get up, they fall. It is not your duty when you are starting out to be worried about obstacles on the way. You didn't give yourself the vision. You didn't give yourself the idea. You didn't give yourself the capability. God gave you. It is God's responsibility to take care of you when you get to those junctions. How? By sending you people like greatness who will create platforms like this. Do you understand? God will send you people. God will send you what you need at every crossroad. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So you realize that when when a baby is in a house and everywhere is clear, there are no obstructions.
Yes,
you will notice that the adult is not forcing over the baby. They let the baby walk. They let the baby stand and fall. The baby, takes 2 steps, falls, gets up and all. But the adults will approach the baby once the baby starts heading towards something that will hurt him or her. Anything that will injure the baby, then the adults will rise. But we, when we want to start a business, we sit down and we say, hey, if I start this one now, it will be this issue or the other. Hey, this one, people don't buy it. This one, people don't, who told you? Have you tried? Are you getting up? Have you moved?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have not moved, you won't see clearly.
Yes,
ma'am. And that is how babies do what? Babies, their muscles for working, their bones for working become stronger because they're rising and they're falling. So they get better at it. So sometimes they now get to a point, they see what if their parents have been telling them, don't go this way, don't go this way. At some point, sometimes they let them go that way so that they can know what it requires to pass through that point. So if you don't hit obstructions, how do you solve it? How do you then raise the people? How do you then make impact? How do you look at the Clara Duotoyes of this world? They have entrepreneurs. You know how many families are feeding because she cut an idea.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You know how many industries and organizations and companies who are suppliers are fending just because she worked on an idea. Now that idea, have you seen her first picture of her makeup? You can tell that it's far from what we have now. So clarify your vision, see in details. As when you take 1 step, you get better. You take 2. Sometimes when you take 2 steps, you come back, you face issues and then you take a step backwards. When you take a step backwards, you have not failed. Let me define failure like I like to say it. It's just a how not to. Failure is how not to.
Failure is just a how not to.
Not to. It's not, it doesn't stop you. It's an opportunity to evaluate, okay? So don't say, oh, it flopped. Oh, I said, let me start a program and only 1 person registered. Well, it didn't work. Let me tell you, in heaven, when 1 person gives your life to Christ, there's rejoicing.
Joy.
How dare you realize 1 person? That what do you know what 1 person means? How dare you sell to 1 person? How dare you impact 1 person, influence 1 person? Let me tell you, in business, 1 person has a potential of 20 customers, and you are joking with 1 person. You put something, and only 1 person likes it, and you're saying people don't like. You don't need people. You need 1 person.
Wow.
Hey,
thank you, ma'am.
1. It is how diligent you are with 1.
That one.
That will take you to thousands.
Thank you, ma.
Look at the image you are seeing. You can see that everywhere is green.
Yes.
But you can see the circle is clearer. It is when you keep moving that your vision will be clear.
Wow.
Business by asking questions. Then from that questions, you will now get 1 answer. Then you take another move. I can't teach you technicalities of starting a business here. I just want to do something to your mind today. Okay? So, what do you do after all of this? Create a plan. So what's your plan? And document your thoughts in details. Don't let anybody trivialize writing down. Please, I can kneel down and I can beg you. Don't trivialize writing things down. Don't write in jotters. Don't write in jotters. If I ever have opportunities, if I see you in jotter, I will be upset. Don't write. You know why? Take yourself seriously. Present yourself. Let me tell you, I'm not a civil servant. I don't refer to myself as a civil servant. As you saw me now, do I look like a civil servant? I'm not a civil servant.
No.
But I work for government. I work for government. And from when I got in, I told myself, I'm going to dress differently. I'm going to look differently. I'm going to operate differently. You're never going to see me and say, oh, government worker. And that is how I have thrived. I have worked in that sphere for 11 years.
Wow.
No, you cannot see me and say that you are not inspired to do your best, even while I'm at work. And I am not saying that it is the structure or the system of where I work that made me. It is me. I told myself that this is what I want. So there's a way I show up at work. I don't wear flat shoes to work.
Wow.
Intentional. It's not because there's something wrong with flat shoes. I don't wear very high heels too. But so I decided that I will find heels that are comfortable enough to give me the physique, to give me the look. Because I am influencing people, you are never going to get opportunities to talk to everybody. Some people, you don't get opportunities. They only need to see you to catch you. I got promoted at work just because somebody was observing me. They will put somebody out, but because they're observing you, they will put you there. They don't know whether you have what it takes. But what are you going to do? So why am I saying this? Why I'm saying you should take yourself seriously is because you use Jota. You are telling me that your dream is not worth the kind of money you are looking for. That is why you will document in a sheet of paper, and then you begin to look for it. You can't do it. Carry journals around. You see, there are some journals when you want to write in it, you will not write anyhow. There's a way you will write because the thing will be fine. It fits where you are going to. Look, treat yourself like a board, a part of a board of, a member of board of directors. I tell you, they don't give you table. Please build your table. If you don't have a platform, right?
Create one.
Create one.
Hey.
Take care of yourself. You have to tell yourself that you are worth it. Anything you have now, if it is I don't know how to. We don't have time. Let me not even go there. Anything you have, you know what? Dust it. Look at yourself first. I told you to be intentional about yourself. Take yourself seriously. If your hair is short, make it a big deal. If your hair is long, make it a big deal. If it's your hair, do you understand? If you look at yourself and then you tell yourself, I'm a member of director of Seyi Oniyide brand. Do you understand? Create whatever. I'm going to the nations. Nations, kings are coming to the brightness of my dawn. Then you tell yourself, kings are coming to buy from me. The Bible says that, people will come just like the Queen of Sheba went for Solomon. So if they are coming from, if nations are coming, how are you looking? Nations are coming to you. It means that you are a big deal. And that's how God has created you. Take yourself seriously. Talk as such. Carry yourself as such. That's your idea. Even though I said that your best idea is not your best idea, because you have no idea all the things. Don't define yourself too soon. All the things that are on your inside, you don't know. You are like an onion. When we open you today, we see something. And then we open you tomorrow, we see something. You are a box of discoveries.
Wow.
That's saying, don't settle. So, write your thoughts. Write a love letter to yourself. Tell yourself in 10 years' time, I'm going to be sitting, talking to whatever it is. I have always seen myself talking to people. And when I started getting opportunities like that, I would remember. And what I was saying then it hasn't come to full manifestation, but we're making progress, right? So document your thoughts in details. Now, one of the reasons why I'm telling telling you to document your thoughts is because something will happen to you. You will go back and you will look at it and you will be able to say, God, you were faithful to me. You know why? Every time we face issues, and when we face new issues, we focus on it. God, do it. God, do it. We walk towards that particular thing. We forget the many benefits that God has given us. We forget the many mountains that we have climbed, that we have surmounted. We forget the many things. You, as you're sitting down right now, you need to go and take a stock of your life and realize that you are a big deal. You have done a lot of things, you just don't know. It's because you're not recording.
Yes.
Documenting.
Yes.
The Bible says that count your blessings one by one, and it will surprise you what God has done.
God has done.
Document it. That's a part. Another part is you document something like, I've seen some things that I put out on social media. Facebook will remind me, I say, Seyi,
yes. Man, yes.
Foolish. Why did you look at the things you wrote some years back? But what does that do? That will do for you. It will tell you how you have.
I'm growing. I'm evolving.
Exactly, how you have evolved. That's what it will do. So please document your ideas. And now when I'm saying for a business, create a plan. What a plan does for you is, you tell yourself, in 5 years' time, okay, this is where I want to be. You may not know how you will get there, but document it. It's free to dream. Please dream. It's free to dream. It's free to use your, what do you call it now? It's free to use your intellect. Please go ahead and use it. So you can do as short as 3 years. Do 3 years, do a year, do 3 months, do 1 month, do 3 weeks, do a week, do 3 days, do 1 day, do 3 hours, do an hour. Do you see what I'm saying? You will just see that you don't need to plan. In my accountability program, this is how I teach people to plan, so that you can take actionable steps. Sometimes you look at a dream, it's so big, you don't know where to start from. Break it down like that. So do you have a to-do list? What are you going to do in the next 3 hours? What are you going to do in the next 1 week? Today, what are you going to do? For today, all my plans is that I have 3 webinars today, 1 for work, 1 for this, and after this, I'm going to the next one for church. That's my plan for today. You don't need to do so much. Do you understand? Just have a plan. And what does the plan? It tells you so that if you're going off course, you know. Now let me tell you a little story. I have a bit of sanguine. And when I was in the university, because I could enter a room and make everybody laugh. When I was leaving my room, I planned to go and get a book to do my assignment. So I get to the room and I tease this person, I tease that person, and they are laughing and they are catching fun. You know, say it's like 9 p.m. and they're laughing and so we laugh and we have a fantastic time. And then I leave. I don't remember to get the book. I get back to my room and then like, okay, so why did I go out? And I remember that I went there to get something. I go back to that room, they shut their door, they locked their, you know, and then I go back. I was not able to achieve what I set out to do.
Wow.
It's because, yes, it's not because I didn't have a goal. It's not because I didn't have a dream. It's because there are distractions on the way. There are daily distractions. There are life distractions. If you are married with children, you will know that, look, and they are valid distractions.
Yes.
Very valid. So you have to attend to your husband. You have to attend to your children. You have work. As I'm here, my phone is in front of me. You know, I wanted to tell Greatness that, look, maybe while I'm talking, I may say, hold on a bit. If my guy is calling me, because I work in a hospital, anything happens, you know, things happen all the time. I may need to call, and I'm the public relations officer. Do you understand? So my phone is in front of me. Anything can happen at any time. But do you have a plan? So that while you may even have to stop and attend to the distractions, but you have to get back on course. But if it's documented, you will know. So document your ideas, document your thoughts. I teach people how to plan, and I teach you how to break the plans, you know, into actionable steps and how to achieve. That's one of the things that I'm strong at doing. And you see, I'm also an event planner. I know how to sit down and plan. Not everybody is great at these things, but you must try. Give it your best shot. So I think this is my final slide. So if you have that idea, you have tested it, you have planned, you're taking care of your mind. Now you are prayed and you're ready to, go out there. Please, I'm going to describe greatness. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
What's your best meal?
My best meal is shawarma or amala.
Okay, amala and what?
Efori roll.
Good, fantastic. What should be in the efori roll?
Gizzard, liver, momo.
Yeah, that's 3.
Anything.
Fish, like 7 lines.
Fish.
So fantastic. What kind of drink would you like to take? To just download.
Exotic.
You see, I like you. You are very detailed. You are very focused.
Yes.
So now, I asked that question so that you all can go through it. If amala and efori roll is your best meal, you just imagine what your best meal is. That's your best meal. If you come to my house to visit me, right? And
yeah,
I go to my bathroom. I take that small bowl we used to have our bath. You know that if you're not using a shower, that bowl we used to pour water on our body. And
yes,
this efori roll, 7 lives, scintillating. The aroma is, to die for. They've done everything. The amala is, has certain texture. I put this fantastic meal of yours in that bowl that we used to have our bath in the bathroom. I present it to you. I tell you that this bowl is the bowl I use in the bathroom. Are you going to be interested in eating that food?
No.
Why? The food is not interesting anymore. Isn't that your best meal? That's your best meal now. It's not sweet. That's what we do with our ideas.
Greatness, stop.
We have a fantastic idea, but we think it's not a big deal for us to package it. You throw your ideas to people anyhow. And that's a function of who you are. You show up at an event anyhow. You talk to people anyhow. You present yourself on social media anyhow. You are your idea. Before that business you want to run, you are the idea. Every time you show up, every time you write, every time you talk, that is you presenting yourself. And we show up, we don't package our ideas. So imagine that amala and efori roll in a bathroom bowl. Nobody's going to eat that. Do you understand? You have to create an impression. And I'm telling you, even if it is for your best friend is your first customer, please package it. Packaging now has level. At the level where you are, I'm not saying you should break a bank. I'm not saying you should go out of your way. I'm not saying you should go and borrow because you want to package. No. If you start to do parfait, and you don't have a label yet, but let your cup be clean. Let it be well covered. Do you understand? Let it be well sealed. Pay attention to that detail. Because the people buying from you understand the level where they're going to be buying from you. They're not expecting you to function at so fresh when you just started a week too. Do you understand? But package your idea, please.
Yes,
ma'am. The meal that I have is on my slide. That's a breakfast meal. See, it's arranged. I can just slap all the things in a plate and present it. If you not see the same thing, it will taste the same way. It will do the same thing. But guess what? When it comes to food, we eat with our eyes first. That is how your idea is. People see it first. People see first before they engage with you. Wow. These are the ways you can start with what you have. All of the things I've said, I have not mentioned capital. Wow. I've only talked about what you can do in your mind, in your head. What you can do with the people around you, maximizing your relationships, maximizing the skills, the capabilities, the options that you have. I have not mentioned money.
Grant or funding.
To go and get capital. And that's why sometimes we are sentimental. We say we don't have the money to start. That is what.
Yes,
In
ma'am.
life, if they give you the money, you will squander it, you will waste it.
True.
You have not done all
agree.
this work.
Yes, ma'am.
Start businesses. Have you seen women that their husbands will give them money, they open the shop and nothing is happening? They put all the goods there, nothing is happening. They have not taken care of customer relations. They don't know how to talk. They don't know sales and marketing. They don't know presentation. They don't know packaging. They have not prepared how, okay, when somebody comes in now, how will I wow this person? What will I say to this person? How will I show up to this person? What should I say? That one is not money that we do it, even though you have money to do all that. That one is imagination. You need to imagine. And now let me now tell you the greatest mistake people make is that you are running on a track solo. You start a race on your own. You get on the track alone. You don't have a model for that business. So you want to start a business. Who are you stalking right now? Somebody who's already doing that business. You're not stalking anybody. When I mean stalking, I don't mean you should go to people's DM. I'm saying, who are you watching on a daily basis? Who are you following on Instagram or social media that is doing that business? When the person is doing Instagram live, are you listening to the person? There are a lot of free resources that we are not maximizing. I was saying we don't have money to do this course, to do that course. That's why you're not progressing. It's a lie. You have not maximized the free resources available to you yet. Who are you talking to? Who? As in, now, two things. You want to start a business or you're running a business and you don't have a model, somebody who's doing that thing. You yourself, you don't have a model. What kind of my models? I've mentioned my models if you heard today. I have many of them. So when I talk about my models, I'm talking about Bukwari Shika. I'm talking about Tara Rutwe. I'm talking about Jumoke Adino. I'm talking about Cindy Trim. Let me tell you, all those people, first, they're Christians, they're women, they're mothers, they're married, they have children, they are thriving in business, and they are not broke. They're financially independent. So one of the things that endeared me to them is the fact that they seem to have a balance in different aspects of their lives. For me, that is the kind of woman I want to be. So I have them in person. Then I now streamline. When it comes to talking, teaching, guiding, counseling, who is in that line that who's a professional in that line that I'm following? I have a couple of them. Who runs the kind of platforms that I'm running? Some of them are not older than me. I have a coach that is younger than I am, as in way younger. When I finished university, she had not smelled it, she was in secondary school. But I follow her because of the knowledge that she has. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, package yourself, and then you will not know how to package yourself because you're not exposed until you are exposed. You get expose yourself to people, to things, to situations, to environments, then you begin to catch ideas. Oh, so you have known me today. You might have caught one thing or the other from me. Maybe the way I'm talking, maybe the way I'm gesticulating, maybe my glasses, maybe my hair, maybe the wisdom that I'm spewing out. And then because you're exposed to me today, you go to sit down and unconsciously, you start to say, there's something, you will pick one thing or the other, but you cannot become what you are not saying. You cannot become what you are not hearing. You can dream it, but you cannot imitate. That's one of the reasons why I run accountability programs. You cannot run on a track solo. You will run for a very long time. It will take too much time. And you don't have the luxury of time to make all the mistakes and start to correct them. You have wasted time, you waste money, you waste energy, you waste emotions. And this is why people break down. This is something is not working. It's not because it's not working. It's because of all these things. You know, this is how short I can manage all things I need to tell you. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's deep. It was worth it. It was worth it. No. Now I know why the devil was causing the network glitches.
I'm telling you.
Village people. But they have failed.
Yeah.
Sorry, those on Instagram, I'm going to have to end right now because I have to. Onyeka, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so just pick 5 questions that is in line with, because we have plenty questions, but because of time, just pick 5 that relates with what Mrs. Seyi Oniyide has discussed, and let her help us with it.
Okay.
Thank
Good.
you, Yinka. Thank you. Sorry, hold on. Thank you so much, Madam Seyi.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
As in, I'm blown away. I'm totally. I have to download this. I'll not watch the Zoom version. I'll go and download straight from Facebook, because your session started
on Facebook.
Yes, we're on Facebook. We're also on Instagram as well. Onyeka, over to you, please. Thank you.
Okay, yes. So there's just this question that is staring at me. The moment I just went to this question section, it just popped up. Okay.
Turn on your video, please. Turn on your video, Onyeka.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So can we all hear me? Sorry.
Oh, your network is poor.
Is it still poor?
We can hear you, but the network is showing red, so we can't see you. So you can turn on you can leave your, okay. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Can you hear me now? And can you see me clearly?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Trying. Good. Oh, she's trying. Ayola, that's Ayola's voice. Please don't just try. Hear me, please. Okay.
Yes, can hear you now.
Okay. So can you hear me clearly now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this question says, if I'm starting with what I have, which can be my education, talent, and my life, okay, talent, life and work experiences, okay? How do I achieve my goals? Sorry, how do I achieve my goals and stand out to tell the story of having nothing to having something, bearing in mind the harsh economy and government policies of the country, meeting up family obligations that can be avoided in the present time? So I don't know if I should go again.
That question, eh?
Wow, it's really deep. So
that question has a lot of things.
Yes.
Can you run through the question so that I can take note of that there's a lot in that one question?
Okay, so the question says, if I'm starting with what I have, okay, which can be my education, talent, life and work experiences. Sorry, I need to quickly plug my phone so it doesn't go off. Sorry. Okay, which could be my education, talent, my life and work experiences. How do I achieve my goals and stand out to tell this story of having nothing to having something? I'm sure this person put up this question. Of course, she put up this question before this teaching. I'm sure the person might want to phrase the second phrase because she has something. Okay, so she said, "How do I achieve my goal and stand out to tell the story?" I don't want to use that of having nothing again. Okay. Okay, let me just say, how do I achieve my goals and stand out to tell my story? Bearing in mind economy and government policies of the country and then meeting up family obligations at this present time. Okay?
Right. So I think I wanted to say that we take all of the questions and then answer in bits, but I think I should answer the questions one after the other. So the first thing is you already have what you can use to start because you have skills, you have experiences, you have this or that, whatever. That's what. But most of us look at. I know the economy could be bad. For those of us who are Christians, we don't look at the economy because we don't spend from the economy, so to speak. So
yes.
we they say that we talk funny. We're not talking funny. We're talking based on what we believe. You understand? So we don't spend from the economy because if you talk like that, you will only experience the hardship of the economy.
Absolutely.
But then the part where you do is how to tell your story. You know, I'm starting a series. Part of the things that was read on my brief is that I look forward to tell the stories of entrepreneurs and business owners, organizations and companies who started from nothing and became something, you know. And I've been working on that for a very long time. And it's because of somebody like that, because you need to see that these things are possible, right? So
Yes.
in the month of September, I'm going to be running this series that's my entrepreneurial story, how I started my business. And so I'm going to have different people come on board. So you can look out for that. That's number one. Number two is when you start, like I've said, when you start out, you are gathering tools and experiences. It is the progress that you make as you move. These are the experiences that you will use to tell your story. Even when you have difficulties or you fail at some point, there are stories. These are your tools to reach out. And I think that the reason why, if you are bothered about that, it must be that your intention is to impact your word with, you know, greater influence. Because now you're saying it's not just to make money. So, but your experience while you are making money, while you are growing, those things are the things you will use. So all of the things that I said today was because I went through. So if I didn't go through, I don't have anything. That's why you must not undermine your experiences. When you are going through hard experiences, tell yourself that I'm in a tunnel.
Yes,
and the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes,
now, you know, from the session I had with a friend of mine last week Sunday, I've been having this session about encouragement. She said to us, she said, look, we all, at some point in our lives, we're all in a tunnel. Your tunnel may be different from my tunnel. Tunnels have different sizes, different shapes, you know, height, width, whatever it is. So your tunnel, you may be able to get into it and get out fast. My tunnel may be longer. Some other people's tunnels are shorter, some are wider. So I may be able to crawl through mine. You may be able to, you know, run through yours. You understand? Your speed is different. But then, if you crawl through your tunnel and you eventually get out, you are going to be able to impact and influence people who are in such kind of tunnel, who are going to have to crawl through. Then your tool will how to crawl through a tunnel and get the best of it. Do you see? Because you have the experience. My own may be how to run through a tunnel because I ran. Yours may be how to crawl through. It's just an illustration. Do you get? But you cannot be bothered about how I'm going to tell my story. Go through your journey. Go through your journey.
Yes.
Go through it and tell yourself. What you should tell yourself now is, no matter how hard it gets, I'm going to come out shining. This is the same reason why you have people who have been rape victims. You realize that people who can reach them the most are people who have also been victims themselves. So your experiences, you have people who will go through, and then you will have things to tell them when you get there.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that answer you just gave to us. So I have another question here. It says, how did you, okay, I think this should be in the present tense because you're still with the government at this point in time. So the question says, how do you tackle office politics? How do you balance your 9 to 5 with your additional hustle?
Exactly. That's even a question I personally have for you, Madam Seyi. And I'm happy that one of our participants asked the question.
Okay, so let me say, those are two questions in one. How do I battle office politics? I don't get into it. I don't do politics. And you know why? Focus on your focus. Let me tell you something. Focus brings blindness. Let me explain that to you. Anything you focus on amplifies.
Yes.
Do you understand? What you're focusing on will amplify. And once that thing is amplified, every other thing will diminish. So if you're going into a space and thinking about how am I going to walk through the politics and all that, you'll be focused on it will be growing, and there will be reason for you will be caught in the web of politics. My growth, my purpose, or my what's it called now? My desire has always been to help people, and how to encourage them. Even when I didn't have any money, you come to me with an issue. Look, sometimes I get up, I borrowed money from somebody to solve a problem because I want to be able to pour into that person.
Oh yeah, guys, family.
Because I am. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've taken it to people because I know that my purpose in that person is to, by the time I want to, that's how I preach gospel. I don't ring bells all around. I don't get up in buses too. For a very long time now, I don't enter bus because I have a car. So, but this is what I'm telling you, that my day-to-day dealings with people is how I share my gospel. I will find opportunities to pour into you so that you can have ears for what I want to say. Do you understand what I'm saying? So most of the time, we're focused on the wrong thing. Now, when you focus on something, you focus on your strength will keep growing because God and the universe will be sending you things that will help you grow. Your strength. If you focus on your weakness, that's what you'll be, and your strength will be diminishing. Your weakness will be growing because that's what you are focused on. So you're focused on politics. I don't do office politics. I just focus. I told you that part of what I focus on. When everybody is saying our government is not doing, our guys are just chopping money. I don't have time. At a point in my career, I didn't have so much to do. And what I will do is, when you get to my space in my office, it's always different. Even though I share it with every other person, my table will be different. It will be well arranged. I will have small flowers there. I will have my diary there, my laptop. I will create my space differently. I will be focused. Do you understand? And while maybe I don't have an assignment I'm working in at the moment, that was when I started working on my dreams. I will be documenting. I will be creating slides. I will be researching on, I have a personal dream now. Then when it is time to do my work, once I have an assignment, I put my personal stuff aside and I do my job excellently. I created, for me, even to my documents, we weren't given a particular way to create documents. But when you see Seyi Oniyide's document, it's always different. I paid attention to details. My font space, do you understand? My paragraph, the way I would do my own thing, it was different. And I had the testimony of many bosses that worked with me, okay? When they leave and they bring somebody else, and the new person is trying to ask that, how is this place? They tell themselves before they get it. When you get to their office, I want to progress. Look for Seyi. When you get there, ask for Seyi. Because that was what I decided to focus on. I have a relationship with all my bosses till date. And that was what, has helped me. I have a fantastic boss right now who gave me an opportunity that I would never have gotten in a lifetime of working. So I don't do office politics. Now, how do I manage 9 to 5 with my hustle? First thing, another thing is I don't hustle. That word, I don't use it. I'm not hustling. Jonathan, you have to be careful. I think it was Greatness that was saying something. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. We can hear you, ma'am.
I think it was Greatness that was saying something about be careful about what you say. You got to check hustling is laboring. You are laboring. Don't call it hustle. Don't call your business hustle. Don't call your personal purpose, your pursuit. Don't call it hustle. You call it hustling. You are going to hustle. You are going to sweat. And that was the cost that was, at the beginning when Adam and Eve had
cost.
But now we're no more under the costs.
Yes,
we're no more under the law. Do you understand? So don't call it hustle. So how I deal with my personal thing is, look, I don't know if Greatness sees me. Sometimes I'm up till 12, I'm up till 2, You give it what it takes. This much I know. When you have flair for something, when look, when you catch that dream, you can't sleep with a dream.
Yes, so
You sleep, you want to sleep, oh, but as in you want to sleep, but you can't sleep. When you sleep, at times I sleep and I wake up fresh with an idea about something. Just even my slides today, I will stay for many weeks. That greatness had told me, okay, I'm going to be speaking on this. I'll just keep, I'm like, the way I do is I'm hovering, just like the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. I'll be hovering. I'm not very quick to. Activity is not productivity.
wow.
So a lot of times we think that it is by the action and the activity. No, it's not. It's not. Pay attention, give to your thoughts. Build your thoughts so that when you get to the time of action, you will be pouring out your well-articulated thoughts.
Wow.
Thoughts. You spend less time. So it comes to you effortlessly. So at times I wake up, okay, you will do this. Because I've given time to thinking about it. And then I have help. Initially, I would run things by myself. I got to a point I couldn't run things alone. So I have a staff that works with me in creating, for instance, my social media, when creating content. We're not there to get better. I get somebody. Sometimes when I got the person, I wasn't paying. The person volunteered. So if you're good enough, some people want to grow, they'll volunteer with you. And that's why I say you should package yourself. They look at you, they say, this thing that you're doing is good. I can see where you're going to. I'd like to take a journey with you. But you're not presenting yourself well, and your idea is fantastic. Nobody wants to take a journey with you. You understand? So that's how I started to manage. And at times, you will grow capacity. You have to grow in capacity. What you're doing when you started the business cannot be what you're doing when, imagine what Tara Rotary was doing when she was the one painting the face. That capacity is smaller than the capacity she has now. So as you go ahead, you will grow, and then you will learn management, time management. You will learn communication skills. You will learn all those things. So when you get to that level, you will learn it, and then you will grow. And you know that once a mind is stretched, it can never regain its previous, what's it called?
Yeah, that's true.
So once you stretch, you stay like that. And then you get to another level where you need to do more. So you're pushing. That's the time, the time of pressure. You want to burst. You're pushing. And then once you burst it, you have stretched again. And then God will be sending you help. You will get to a point you tell yourself, I need staff. Because you would have grown in capacity. You would have grown in finances, and then you can accommodate more.
Wow.
Wow.
People that are not here, I just wonder where they are.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you. Like, really, let me just make a personal confession. Like, I came to visit a friend who just gave birth. Like, I had to come into her room. Like, I've been here, and the husband has been coming, saying, like, they're just telling me, you came to visit baby and you are here. In my mind, I'm like, hello, this is more important than, I know baby is very important, but I told them this is not time for pleasantries. And then he just came in some minutes ago to tell me that my brother just came to visit baby. That won't I come and greet my brother? What just came to my mind is, my business is the business of the Father. I came to do the work of He that sent me. So now, no time for my brother. Now is a time to listen and to get everything I can get from this training. So really, thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Can we take another question? Can we take another question?
Let's take live questions if there are any live questions. If there are none, we can call it a day until next week again. Next week, Saturday, we'll continue.
Okay.
So people on Instagram, let me check Facebook.
You can send me the question. If you're shutting down now, you can send me the questions.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
I can respond to them and send it back to you.
Oh, yes, thank you so much, ma. Thank you. That we'll be grateful for that. Onyeka will send out the other questions. So let's, if there are live questions, let's take live questions for those that, sacrifice their time to be here. Instagram, let me check Facebook while you work on Zoom. Let me check Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
If there are no questions, then we can actually call it a day. Facebook, where's Facebook? Is there any question for those on Instagram? Thank you for joining us. If there are no questions, we want to say thank you to our facilitator, Mrs. Seyi Oniyide. Thank you for your time. Okay, Tosin, you have a question.
Yes, sorry, I was trying to look for the raise hand button and I didn't find it on my phone. Okay,
Oh, okay.
thank you so
Please
much,
go ahead.
Mrs. Seyi. Okay, so why you actually spoke on the point of start to your mind, have a mind over mind over. So I actually took a moment to pause and ask myself that question personally, and then I could realize that yes, I'm not of those that borrow. I learned that on very early in life, so I don't borrow. But I realized there's this particular limitation I have, which is like I guess it was a good thing before, where they say live within your means. It's still good, but there's an extreme to it. So I realized that sometimes when the things I want to do is so large and the money cannot take it, I begin to I become tense. And it's, as you spoke, I realized I couldn't really think outside the box. Like, what else should I do? So right now, I just want you to advise me, like, in situations like that, when I have challenges beyond my means and I don't want to borrow, what are the questions I should really ask to stretch my mind and then take action? Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so when you have now your mindset about borrowing, so you have to change it. Not all borrowing is bad. It is what you borrow money for. Do you understand? Because you will get to Dangote still borrows money, takes loans.
And everybody else.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma.
Yes, we can.
Dangote. Do you know Dangote now?
Yes,
Yeah.
so
Yes, ma'am.
He still takes loans. In fact, there are banks that want
and are
Dangote.
looking for him to come and borrow from them.
So because I know that the way you're talking, you're going to get to a point where Tara told you had to, go look for loans to expand her business. So it depends on what are you borrowing to invest. So when I was talking about borrowing, I meant that you saw the reasons why we're borrowing. Borrowing to eat from hand to mouth and all of that, and that's not the will of God for anybody. So I just wanted to mention that, so it's at the back of your mind, because sometimes when we need to expand, we just tell ourselves that we were going to wait till, and at times we have businesses, we have ideas that have capacity to generate more. So when you are confident enough to know, and you have your what do you call it now? You have your books and your whatever tidied up, and you can approach, get a loan to expand that business that can generate much more income. Please go ahead and do it. Get the experts into it. Now, for the question you actually asked, what you should do is set a goal, set a timeline. This is what I help people do in my accountability class. You come with your goal. I want to achieve X, Y, Z. Right? What people don't do is they don't put timelines to things. There is no when, how, what, where. Do you see all those things? You put a timeline to it. As long as it's not an emergency, put a timeline to it. So say to yourself, I sell online now. I want to get a physical store. Before you put the timeline, do your assignment. Assignment is, where do you want to get the store? Ikeja axis. First, start from mainland or island. Okay? Then you now say mainland. Where? Mainland. Yaba, truly, Maryland. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
When you, that is you doing your assignment. So when you now say, okay, it's in Maryland, what does it cost to get a store? And then what's the size of the store? Which area of Maryland you want to get it? Then you now make inquiries. What will it cost to get a store like this in this area, in this area, in this axis, right? So once you know that, you now document, it's going to cost me 250,000 naira. You now write 250,000 naira. What is your earning power right now? Are you running a business, or do you have a job? Are you earning? If you're earning money, do you understand? Can you save? What will it, you see in business? When I have my clients, my coaching clients, I take them to, we do mathematics. You don't overlook anything. So if you already have 250,000 naira and you can afford to save, you give yourself timeline, say 6 months time. You don't look at that 6 months and break it down. 6 months being, you calculate, okay, why in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So you should put February. Let's say February 31st or February 28th. You write it too. Once you now write it, you now come back to ask yourself, how much? You now multiply, you now divide 250 by 6. Then you know the amount you are supposed to get in a month. So you now ask yourself, how that amount in a month, how do I generate that amount? This is, you don't want to borrow, but you're going to do the work. That amount monthly. So do you currently have a 9 to 5? Do you have a job? Or are you earning? Can you save from that amount? If you calculate it and you can hit it, fine. If you cannot, it means that your 6 month goal is not viable. It's different from God favoring you. It's different from supernatural provision. It's different. So you can set 6 months and you don't have to wait for 6 months, because your business can take a new turn. Your income may increase. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see? So if you're not going to borrow, you have to do this assignment. You understand how much you're looking for. You understand how long you can spread it. And then you be diligent enough to say, every month I'm putting aside, you have the goal in front of you. And sometimes what I do is, if it's not one thing, if it's different things you are trying to achieve, write everything down and see what you can achieve each month. Just ask yourself, how if it is one of 50,000 naira, and at the end of the month you can get 50,000 naira, or in 2 months you can get 50,000 naira, go ahead and achieve that, put it aside, and then you continue like that. That's how to make plans for getting things, instead of you checking out of the fact that, because we don't want to do this work, our mind just tells us, what, shut down. It's not part of things we want to achieve, or let's wait till later time. And later time is not fixed. Unless you don't fix it, it will be like that till forever.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Attend to something urgently, and she sent a message. Thank you, Onyeka. Thank you to create the slides for our profile. Thank you to both of them. Thank you to everyone on the call. I can see, of course, Oluwatosin Kadiri. Thank you, Adenike Ove. Thank you, Anolua Koayolua, and everyone else that. Thank you, Madam Seyi, once again. Apologies, I had to step out of the place that I was late to where I am now. And we are definitely going to work on something. Let me turn off my video since there's really no point. So work out a structure for those people that said they want coaching session. We'll speak with Madam Seyi to see what we can do. And you know, we said that for those that paid 2.5, it covers a coaching session where you get clarity and certificates. And so we'll work out something, and of course your subsequent session with her can be paid. But then I'm not saying that she will be your coach, right? It depends on what you feel in the form, and the person that will see that, okay, this is the best fit for you. Thank you once again, Madam Seyi. We really appreciate you for not giving up when our network was, you know, disrupting the whole thing, and it was looking like, oh, nothing was going to happen today. I'm telling you, thank you so much. I really learned something again. And I just wanted to share, based on what she shared, right, on starting with what you have. You know, when this idea of helping people to start with what they have, when it came to me, I started asking myself that if I say that I want to pay financial experts and all of that, I can't afford it right now. So what can I, who do I know that can help me achieve the same goal with the level I am right now? And once again, I want to say thank you, Madam Seyi, and every other um, people volunteering to make this a success. We appreciate you. And we have come to the end of today's session. I know we took longer. It was because we started late. We had network glitches, but thank God that it was a success. Thank you, everyone. We hope to see you next week. Please set a reminder. It's still going to be 3 o'clock. And next week, we are having a sales and performance coach. She works with Stanbic IBTC Bank. Sorry. I didn't mean Stanbic IBTC. I mean Standard Chartered. And I'll send a profile as well to us. And we just want you to get started with what you have. And we know that if you can apply what you're learning, there will be a shift. The reason why we ask for your current earning and your desired earning is because we want to also help you measure what you achieve. And we know that there will be a major shift in your finance, and ultimately you'll be financially independent. Thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you, Mom. Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Greatness. Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Have a
See you
lovely
guys some other
weekend.
time.
Oh, yeah, kind absent. Thank you.